The groups.
We getting set
I'll
up.
take care of that.
Mm-hmm. Get that set up. We talking about reparations or the Republic or both. What people want. What do they want? Okay, the computer is acting up a little bit. Okay, we back. Let's see if we good. Not good with this. Salam, everybody. Matter of fact, let me share this thing.
Yeah, I just shared to about 9 different groups. You can catch the ones that I didn't get. We'll be good.
Okay.
So Islam tribe.
Give your boy a hot second, y'all.
All right, so I think we're good to go here.
Let me get this little thing out.
Mm-hmm.
Get this little birdie out. Damn it. Yeah.
Yep.
So I got a bunch of information up here. It's a lot. You know how you be studying something and you just start absorbing it. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like really getting deep into it.
Yeah.
So that's getting all into it. We all like, I'm all up in like Civil War period up until now. And a little bit before that. Trying to piece this thing together and see what the hell. Trying to figure out what happened as far as the Moors. You know what I'm saying? What did we like? We doing the coroner's report. It's the autopsy. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever we was is done. It's like the prophecy say. Them days ain't the days that was ain't gonna be no more. So we finna rise like a phoenix, and we doing the autopsy. And we know that Noble Drew Ali came over here to North America and brought us, you know, the Moorish Divine and National Movement, reminded us of, you know, and uplift fallen humanity. Y'all, like we hear those terms. He came over here with truth, peace, freedom, and justice. He came over here bringing Islam, and Islamism, and it like. So we heard all the terms. Islam, y'all. We heard all the terms. We know this. And now we at the point to where it's a split. It's a lot of splits, a lot of divisions. To me, the deal breaker, it's a few deal breakers. But the major deal breaker is who is your wali? And we've been going over this. Who is your wali? Who is your friend? Who is your protector? Who is your guide that's going to connect you to the path? And then when we get to talking like this, don't nobody know Arabic no more. You know what I'm saying? Even though they named after Allah and they name all in Arabic and they do the cook balls on Friday and like don't nobody know Arabic no more. So it's like what up? So like we at the point to where we got to a certain position and I pay homage to the people who put that information out there, whether I agree with what they doing or not. You know, I got what I need. So I put that out there. I don't agree with everybody. People know what it is. I try to go off no Charlie literature as far as I can do it. As far as it can be translated out of somebody who done been through my background. Because people fail to realize that everybody got different circumstances. You know what I'm saying? Everything different. So I'm reading the literature and I'm looking at where the Moors is at right now. Half of the jobs is gone. Like we're talking de facto stuff, right? We talk de facto, but everybody and their mama know what it is right now. Half of the jobs gone. Moors weren't never self-sufficient no way. So everybody that's talking know that for the majority of the Moors, everybody, all the Moors as a whole, is dependent on this de facto.
Mm-hmm.
You can act like you ain't, but it's only one land that we all own.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one trustee that's operating the trust on the land. So Moors can act like they operate some type of trust on the land to get funds, but they ain't never got proof.
Right.
When they come to proving it, they get upset when you ask them for proof.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, damn, they must don't read the Holy Quran Circle 7. They must ain't heard your host will tell Arabo your mastermind and know for being told. You got to prove it.
Mm-hmm.
So we go through all the literature, and now people couldn't unravel the literature or had a hard time, and maybe the fact that it was just violated. And maybe the people wasn't just listening. Whatever the reason is, the literature has been thrown away. And like, it ain't hurting me. Like, it is what it is. It's hurting people who can't discern. It's hurting people who can't understand, can't understand, and can't read for themselves. You know? Yep. And it got so it's so corroded. Moors done forgot the damn mission. That's why I'm saying Republic of Reparations. Moors done turned black. All they talking about is the Albion this, and us, the bloodline. Like you might as well just say black power. And fuck that cracker. You might as well just say that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Moors want reparations. That's why they asked trying to get you to print out a damn U.S. Treasury check that's spelled in Ebonics. After a year ago, they tried to get you to do the DeLorean. And this ain't to talk about them. I'm using that as a teacher. I got to talk about it because it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's like talking about a rapper for talking about his environment. No, it is what it is. It is what it is, y'all. So I'm going through the literature. And I'm evolving. And these people de facto hope. And the prophecy of Noble Ali say, one day these people gonna look for peace. Ain't none gonna be found.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, with me it's different. You know, I know Moors and Masons be looking at me like you supposed to know this and you supposed to know this. And you ain't supposed to be still feeling like that. I'm like a hybrid. In this sense, I'm like Neo. Because he still had the plugs. He still had the plugs in him so he can get in the matrix.
Mm-hmm.
That's what people don't realize. He still had that wiring, which all of us still got the wiring because we ain't self-sufficient.
Right.
We wasn't born outside the system. This is why all y'all know I'm telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Because y'all can see me, which means y'all get a corporate contract just to even be on here. To get the YouTube app, to get the Facebook app, to get the phone, you pay with Federal Reserve notes, which is part of their federal public benefit. Mm-hmm. You might be watching me on a laptop. We ain't creating none of this shit. You drive.
No, you know it because they take your post down. They monitor your post, this, that, and the third, so they're watching everything that you do. And if they don't agree with it, they take it down and get them.
You can't do that because you agreed to the company terms and policies.
Yep, you agree to the community.
Yeah, community.
Mm-hmm.
All this shit agreement and contract. So what Noble Drew Ali saying? Fix the contract.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
Nope.
I got so much information I ain't finna do all of it because I wanted to show y'all some of this stuff on the census. Because some people got y'all confused. And matter of fact, let me go there. Because we can go to the Morris literature, and then some people throwing Noble Drew Ali on the bus because they saying that he tried to make us U.S. citizens.
Mm-hmm.
So we finna unwrap. We finna get. Let me see if I can look something up real quick. Let me see if I can look something up. Let me see if that pop up was they still playing with my Wi-Fi. Okay. 1611. Give your boy a second. I want y'all to see something. Because I talk about the federal public a lot. And I know people come and they listen, and some other people think they know what I'm talking about, and they be making comments. They can't really know what I'm talking about because they be complaining why they using it. That's why I want to show you this real quick. Let me see if it pop up. Okay. Let's see. Do they got? Hold up. Bam. Here we go. Y'all see that? That's what's called the federal public benefit. Now, when I read this, listen, and I want y'all to tell me, do you think it's any more alive that ain't using this currently? And then I want you to tell me, do you even think you can see them more on social media without them being able to use this? See, we got to get real competence in here. So this is the federal public benefit, except as provided in paragraph 2. For purposes of this chapter, the term federal public benefit. Now, it's only called that for U.S. citizens. It's not called that for qualified aliens. They can't even call it that. It's a birthright. But for their means, it's a benefit. A, it's a grant, a contract, a loan, a professional license. It didn't say a specific grant. It didn't say a specific contract. It say any grant, contract, loan, professional license, or commercial license provided by an agency of the United States or by appropriated funds of the United States. So how many of y'all got degrees or skills, trades? How many of y'all got a loan before? How many of y'all did a contract, bought a house, bought some property, bought a car? How many got a professional license or commercial license? How many got a school grant, any type of grant? You fall under A. You using it. B, any retirement, welfare, health, disability, public or assisted housing, post-secondary education, food assistance, unemployment benefit, or any other similar benefit for which payments or assistance are provided to an individual household or family eligibility unit by an agency of the United States or by appropriated funds. Federal Reserve notes, you using them notes of the U.S. So I just want to get that clear, because you got people that come on here. I'm de jure. Ain't nobody de jure on here. If you can see them on social media, they not de jure. They using the federal public benefit. Ain't no difference from them using this in my class teaching people to update their stat. Well, my bad. It is a difference. The difference is this is a benefit. When you take my class, it ain't. It's a birthright. And that ain't a plug. That's just because, you know, I don't take well to people lying on me. It is what it is. That's proof, though. Y'all see that? So we're going to go to, now I'm saying all this because I do contracts. I do contracts in the system. I do de facto contracts because I want stuff, I want the de facto to do stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I do the contract. So I'm finna show now, when the census was coming around, I was one of the people that was bold and told people to do it. Well, I ain't say to do it. I told them I was doing it just to change the status of the straw, because at the time the status was black. Now, before it even came, I end up doing the status correction for my study. I ended up developing the status correction we got now. But the census didn't hurt anyway, and I'm finna go all over that. I'm finna go through all of this. So it ain't even no more confusion. And I'm finna get to some answers, because I ain't just here to complain. I'm not here for you to watch me 3 hours complain. I'm finna give you some insight, and I'm finna say this can be done. So watch this. We're gonna go over a brief overview of race and ethnicity in the United States history. And they going over the history of the census. And I ain't got to hit everything. I'm going to hit some key stuff, though. Y'all can go look at this on Wikipedia. It's 18th and 19th centuries. Now, you know they created the Constitution of the United States in 1789. 1789, 1790. So this is right when they did it. The 1790 census was the first census in the U.S. in the history of the United States. Let me see. This is what they counted. Free persons, whether they male, whites, female whites, all the free persons, and they counted slaves. You don't see no Indians on there. It's the first one. They just got it done. Okay, we got it done. And plus, and Indians weren't part of them until like 1868. Now here go the next census, 1800, 1810. They changed a little. The age question regarding free white males was more detailed. Now we talking status. 1820 census. Built on the question asked in 1810 about the age and questions about slaves. Also, the term color into the census. This is when you start seeing the term color, 1820. So what was they before then? Because I just showed you, just said slaves. What type of slaves was it? Because it wasn't no color. Y'all know they was black and Negro. We said the name, but they introduced color. This is in 1820. In 1830, the new question, which stated the number of whites who were foreigners, not naturalized, was included. Why would they want to know people with white status who wasn't part of the United States, who wasn't naturalized? Why they want to know this? This in 1830, y'all. This ain't nothing new. The number of white persons who were foreigners, not naturalized. You know that described my straw man right now? Man changed already. That described my straw man right now. So why would they want to know? Why would they want to know if it's not finna get nothing out of the apportionment of the resources? 1850. The 1850 census saw a dramatic shift in the way information about residents was collected. For the first time, free persons were listed individually instead of by head of household. There were two questionnaires, one for free inhabitants and one for slaves. Uh-oh, there go that word, inhabitant. There go that word again, inhabitant. That is, and then one for slave. Why they making a differentiation on the census, y'all? As if 1/3. As if one only gonna get 3/5 the resources.
Nope.
The question on the free inhabitants schedule about color was a column that was to be left blank if a person was white. Mark B if the person was black. Mark M if the person was mulatto. Slaves were listed by owner and classified by gender, age, not individually. Now hold up. Slaves were listed by owner and classified by gender, age. We got a class on changing the name because slaves is listed by owner and classification by gender, age. When we teach in our class, does the owner of that trust change? People who know who've seen our class might know the answer. Y'all might have seen a couple Portage people stunting extra hard. I wouldn't tell you to put all your stuff out there like that. But hey, if you that happy because you changed everything, you want to show everybody that we ain't fraud.
It's long.
Cool. Hey, 1890 census. The census office changed the design of the population questions. Residents were still listed individually, but a new question sheet was used for each family. Additionally, this was the first year that the census distinguished among different Asian ethnic groups such as Japanese, Chinese, due to increased immigration. This census also marked the beginning of the term race in the questionnaire. This when race came up. So they've been doing the census for 100 years, and race just not coming up, which means it was always about stats. It always about stats, and I can go straight, and I done did lives on this. You can go to the census on race, Google, and then click about this topic, and it's going to tell you that race is a myth. Ain't no such thing as race. It's a social engineering tool that they let you pick when you fill out for the federal public benefit. When you're born, and they got to fill out for application for Social Security card, and you filling it out, your mama filling it out, and she ain't putting free white person on there. And the rest of the stuff we put on there because we ain't U.S. citizens. Because they ain't make her put that stuff on there. What if they gave her that piece of paper and she wrote that on there? I wonder what they'll do. I never heard of that before.
Yeah.
That's like an instant name change. You don't even need it. Mustafa Muhammad Bey, know what I'm saying? Bam, bam, bam. Not a citizen. I don't know if it could be done like that. That ain't the way we teach. I'm just thinking of it in the moment. So don't get carried away. So they came up with more terms in 1890 because of the immigration. More people was coming in, and they was like, I'm this. Or they was telling them, I'm this, and they were like, okay, well, we're going to say you this on the census. Because they introduced race. So what that means is in 1890, that's when we start playing the game. And it makes sense. The census also marked the beginning of the term race, and the question is, wait, hold up. It say census changed the design of the population questionnaire. Residents were still listed individually. Additionally, this was the first year that the census distinguished among different Asian ethnic groups such as Japanese and Chinese due to increased immigration. That's why we went to race, y'all. All the nations came over here, and it's only one national. The only way we can play the game, we gotta make people forget about nationality. We playing a race game over here. It's the melting pot, the great experiment. So they introduced race. During 1900, the color was, and I'm just showing you this. Like, I ain't got to go through each one. Let me think significant. I might go to the 2020 one. Did they get that one in here? Okay, this one ain't got that. But basically, I showed you all that. For one, because it shows in that one part, I can go to citizenship and expectation and show it again. Excuse me, in another document. Immigration has no bearing on citizenship. You got embassies over here. You got people over here by way of treaty that's operating qualified alien. I wish I had typed the letter from George Washington to the Sultan, but you can look that up. He touted that, like, he agreeing to the agreement. Now, it's the reason for bringing that. Now let me go to this divine warning, because Noble Drew Ali, he hot topic. Everybody throwing him under the bus. So we're gonna read, because they saying he made you a U.S. citizen all the time. Ain't no U.S. citizen in this document. Ain't U.S. citizens any time in this document. This is why he told people go to those that know law, because it's specific. So he said the citizens of all free national governments, according to their national constitution, are all of one family bearing one free national name. Now, what I'm starting to get is he did this. Where's them prophecies at? He went around his elbow to get to his thumb. I ain't even finna go through it. The same way we doing over here, the same way we ain't rule followers, broke a couple rules to get what we need done. Noble Drew Ali wasn't a rule follower. So what he did, he knew the 14th Amendment granted, supposedly, allegedly, granted citizenship to all the slaves in the federal Constitution. But according to the Constitution, you were a slave. If you were a citizen, you were a citizen of the federal and the state, according to that 14th Amendment. This is why he has in divine warning that there was no need for the 14th and 15th Amendment, since that Constitution has never been changed. Since that Constitution has never been changed, there's no need for the application of the 14th and 15th Amendment for the salvation of our people. What he's talking about is the Articles of Confederation. The Articles of Confederation and Perpetual Union. Perpetual Union means forever.
Mm-hmm.
And all them states was sovereign states all the way up until like 1789, something called Shays' Rebellion. He went against the government. And the state was looking for help, and all the other states was like, F y'all. So what Noble Drew Ali's saying is, I ain't no U.S. citizen. I'm a state citizen. This how he went around their ass. This how he had aldermen. This how he had a congressman. What I need a president for when I got everything at my disposal right here in my territory. And I got a hand in the government. Part and parcel. See, now I understand what was going on. It's the same what's going on now. This is why I say republic or reparations. Because Moors want reparations. They ass doing all type of processes, getting people houses, kids took, lives destroyed. Talking about some USD. What you mean US dollars on the time? You want dollars? That's the federal public benefit. I just showed y'all. They want reparations. They don't want a republic. Mm-hmm. But the republic is the only way to get the reparations. Because how are we going to get repaired and we ain't a nation? They want another Civil Rights Act. Because the Civil Rights Act of 1865 gave slaves civil rights, the ability to contract. And they all was minorities. That's why they had to pass the act. Right now, our people want rights. Majority of minorities. Joe Biden just passed equity executive order, and they acting like they want equity and populism. We're gonna make everybody part of the government as a whole. And I'm saying, I'm gonna call they bluff. Yeah, I know they are de facto. I don't care. I'm calling they bluff. All chips in. Everybody talking this unity shit. I want to see who down with this plan we're talking about now. I ain't even saying it's a plan. We got a nation of people. We need representation. Otherwise, why is niggas paying taxes? This is what I'm saying. This need to be the conversation. This need to go viral.
Yeah, that taxation without representation.
Yeah. Why are we paying taxes for? Because I can go straight to Dre Scott on number 4, point number 4. Negroes coming from slavery is not meant to be citizens. Look at the history since slavery, and now y'all know what it is. So I'm saying you know what I'm saying? Call a bluff. And let me go back to this first. The citizens of all free national governments, according to the national constitution. So right there, he letting you know he talking about republic. He told you back there in the bottom, since that constitution never been changed. So we talking about the republic. That's why he's saying the citizens of all free national governments. Each state is its own nation. It's our own nation state with its own state government, with a state constitution.
Mm-hmm.
According to the national constitution. And where did structure come from? Our ancestors. Iroquois Confederacy. Anasazi. That's where they got it. We recommended that. Y'all should do it like this and do it like this. Y'all should get a simple. I got a PDF called Indian Founding Fathers. They was like having meetings. We was having speeches in front of them, teaching them government. So this Constitution for the United States is built off our principles. And Noble Drew Ali, like I said, he eliminated that. He eliminated that the black status by eliminating the Black history in Black History Month. He eliminated the Black history. We don't count our history from that.
Yep.
We good on that. That's them that y'all saved with the 14th Amendment. Then they dishonor. We got free white status. And I can go to citizenship of the United States and expatriation, and it's going to tell you that the United States citizen is controlled by its white owners. It's going to tell you a difference between the Negro, the free Negro, and aliens. Don't tell you the difference on page 460 and 461 is talking about Morocco. Page 66 is talking about, right, 460, 461 is talking about Morocco and aliens. 66 is talking about the free Negro. I just showed y'all when the census in 1830, they was collecting data for aliens with white status. They said they call them foreigners. They don't call them aliens. It's the same thing. They call them foreigners with white status that wasn't naturalized. If they wasn't naturalized, they was aliens. These facts.
Yep.
I'm naming documents. You can rewatch the video and go look it up. Ain't no excuse for people assuming them. This is why Noble Drew Ali said go to those with no law. He went and did a loophole. Now, because that's gonna sound like some house nigga de facto to somebody, right? They go a picture of it. I believe these two people right here was in office. Let me go back. Let me go back. This is one of them. Louis B. Anderson. Yeah, I know he don't got the L of the Bay. And I'm saying maybe he took a sacrifice. Maybe he sacrificed just so we can have somebody in the city council. We can have an alderman. Louis Bernard Anderson was an American politician who served as alderman of Chicago 2nd Ward from 1917 to 1933, a Republican. He served most of the Douglas community area, including much of the African-American neighborhood of Bronx. He was a prominent ally of Mayor William Hill Thompson. This is Caucasian. So Noble Drew Ali had people that was entrenched in part and parcel. And this ain't just no regular Caucasian. He was a Republican. See, people got to get up. This is why I say is people want reparations or they want the Republic. Is you racist or like is the bloodline really black power to you? Is you really trying to get some shit done? Because somebody, I'm gonna read your story. Where is that? I'm trying to see what he took for the mayor. Because I don't want to read all of this. Okay, I'm going to read this. In the 1920s, he was a prominent ally of Mayor William Hill Thompson and served as his floor leader in the council. So the city council is all the aldermen. And the alderman is under the mayor. So you got the mayor of Chicago, and then you got 50 aldermen that divide up like the duties of the mayor throughout the whole city. So the whole city is divided into 50 wards. And each alderman got a ward. And each alderman get a lot of like over $1 million to do stuff for the ward. And Noble Drew Ali during his time had one of the aldermen in a ward. So guess what? That's what the Moors was probably doing. They probably was all moving in that ward. All the Moors was probably moving all in the same ward so they can vote in that alderman And then they probably had that alderman taking that $1 million and doing whatever the hell they wanted to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, I ain't did all my research. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get in there though. So let me read. Big Bill Thompson had previously been alderman of the Second Ward from 1900 to 1902. So the mayor had been alderman and was immensely popular with the city's African American community. I wonder why. So he was. This wasn't no regular Caucasian mayor. He was a Republican. The other Republic type Republican.
Mm-hmm.
Principles. We respect principles, y'all. In 1921, when R.E. Parker, this another, you know what I'm saying, more, a Chicago advocate confronted Thompson with the problems of 20,000 unemployed African Americans. This, that Asian stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The blacks need jobs. The blacks need, you can't have us do it for ourselves. You want to keep us dependent.
Right.
Confronted Thompson with the problems of 20,000 unemployed African Americans and charged that the Second Ward was full of graft and corruption. Anderson defended the mayor. So our brother defended the mayor, calling Parker a troublemaker among his own people, the allegations of racism in Thompson's layoff practices, and responded to the charges of graft. Thus, if he has the proof, why doesn't he take it to grand jury?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's something about asking for proof around here, bro.
Mm-hmm.
There's something about when you write, you just ask for proof or you present it. He say, if you got proof that he doing this, show it to the grand jury. He called his hand. There's no use to worry the mayor with it. The grand jury is investigating crime conditions in Chicago now, and I'm sure it will be glad to get evidence such as Parker says he has. So he called his bluff. You ain't got no evidence. You're talking, riling up the people.
Mm-hmm.
So these is just like now. It's a bunch of people that ain't got nothing now in the Morris community. And they trying to blame somebody else when you got us that been telling people what to do for over a year. We can come out and say, no, it ain't their fault. It ain't the de facto fault. They try to give y'all a stimulus and y'all didn't take it. Listening to somebody. They gave you all type of bailouts and y'all didn't take it. And make your own business. Listening to somebody. No, it ain't their fault. I know a lot of people who, you know what I'm saying, who decent right now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he did. So I ain't finna go through his whole thing, but that was B. Anderson. He was with the prophet. He was the alderman. Now, Chicago, the new Mecca. If Moors move here, we could do the research, get all in the same ward, put our alderman in play, whether he got to take a sacrifice or not, and use that name, or whether he got to L in the bank, however it got to be done, and have some shit getting done, and they'll be calling that New Mecca until we get another one, and then all of that'll be there. And like I say, everything I talk about, I can talk about out loud. I ain't got no secret plan of what we finna get the snipers, and no, I ain't got none of that. I'm good. That's Louis B. This is Oscar the Priest. He was an American politician and civil rights advocate for Chicago, a member of the Illinois Republican Party. He was the first African American to be elected to Congress in the 20th century. During his 3 terms, he was the only African American serving in Congress. He was served as a U.S. representative from Illinois' 1st Congressional District from 1929 to 1935. The priest was also the first African American U.S. representative from the outside southern states. So they wasn't really, they was trying to get it popping, but they still was under this black status. You know what I'm saying? So like, take a pause. Like, even that raid on the Capitol, what people don't really understand the significance of that is something called the Massacre of 1866. Because I'm showing you all this stuff about the United States and when we was incorporated in it and all that for a reason. Because people, hold up. People have been led people have been led to depend on this de facto. Like, this is the only answer for something. I don't got to do this. I'm telling y'all what the majority of the people who in flux got to do, or what they being pushed to do. This is the massacre of 1866. Whenever it pop up, give it a little time. Go back over here. And everything I'm showing people, y'all know, we go off Zodiac Constitution. We off the Zodiac. Article 3 of the Zodiac. Let's load. I'm going to show you Article 3 of the Zodiac. Because a lot of people, they try and get down on Noble Ali for using the states. And they say, hey, yeah, he sold us into being U.S. citizens. But they go off the Zodiac, or they've been going off the Zodiac, or got a nationality card using AA222141, which is connected to the Zodiac. Mm-hmm. And I'm saying ain't no different from the Zodiac and the Divine One. Facts. Even with this, what he talking about. Because this is a contract. You see, everything he stated in here was Republican principle. It's a contract. He said, since that Constitution never been changed. So we know the Constitution been changed, right? Mm-hmm. So this is how we surviving in contract. We know what's going on. We're gonna reserve our rights. Mm-hmm. I'll Wally know what y'all leave. So you know we going off the Republican way. So what's the difference? Hold up. What's the difference between this receiving your divine rights unmolested by other citizens, that you can cast a free national ballot at the polls under the free national constitution of the state government, and not under the granted 14th Amendment privilege, as has been existing condition for many generations? What's the difference between that? What's the difference between having a divine right and being part and parcel in this Zodiac Constitution, Article 3? The Moors, referred to as Negroes, definitely can never become members and citizens of the Union Society of 48 states. Therefore, they can never be forced to Union draft, U.S. Army, or military service to fight for the Magna Carta Code or the white supremacy against themselves. The lawmakers of the Union order cannot force the Moors, the Bays, and else to pay taxes, because taxation without representation is a supreme violation of the Moor Zodiac constitutional birthright of Islam. So he said, we can't be y'all citizens and we can't pay y'all taxes because we're not represented by y'all. That's a violation of the Moor Zodiac constitutional birthright. Mm-hmm. When the Union lawmakers, look, then he say this, when the Union lawmakers denounce their immoral Magna Carta Code and resort to the Moor Zodiac Constitution, the Moors are compelled to pay taxes because every one of the nation will be equally represented by it. Mm-hmm. There's no room in the science of masonry, Zodiac, for mystic religious worship, race, ignorance, war, crime, slavery, and human injustice. So it's no taxation without representation. And this ain't it's not a religious test that I have to enforce rights. And I know people getting that confused because they think I hold people to my religion, and I don't. What people done did is done made me their way. That's what they done did. Mm-hmm. What I told people is that's your religion, this my religion, and can't nobody force nobody to do nothing. So if we can't come to an agreement, I'm going to holler at you. Mm-hmm. They took that as being, I'm shutting them out because they looking at us as they way. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, we done disagree with damn near the whole nation. Why don't they just unify by their damn self and do whatever they talking about? Because they all know it ain't like, It's not that. 10,000 people ain't finna come together and start controlling the country. But no, but Ali gave you away, as we see. So hold up, what was I looking for over here? The massacre of 1866. See, this what happened. In 1865, no, the emancipation was 1863. So by 1865, the Civil War ended. But, and this is that, you know what I'm saying? This is why Noble Drew Ali was sold, you know what I'm saying? But they came with the black code. And this is what they talking about in here. So remember, the 14th Amendment citizen is a federal and a state citizen. So the Civil Rights Act of 1865 granted them civil rights federally, not in the state. You know what I'm saying? The states operated their own black codes. So the next year, Moors, under the title of black, was getting elected into these offices as Republican senators. And this happened. They came and killed their ass. This happened. They ain't know how real it was. It wasn't just them, though. It was Caucasians with them, too. It's like it ain't a race thing. They killed them. Like, we finna read it. So this is what they ass was remembering on the day of raiding the Capitol. This what the signal they was giving. Race war. These the underdogs. Race war. So let me see. What all do I want to read in this? Okay, it ain't that long. The New Orleans massacre of 1866 occurred on July 30th when a peaceful demonstration of mostly black freedmen was set upon by a mob of white riders, many of whom had been soldiers of the recently defeated Confederacy, to a full-scale massacre. So they just lost the Civil War last year, and all of them still down here. Y'all just was shooting at each other. Now they talking about some unity. Do this sound familiar? We just was warned last year. Now y'all talking about some unity. And wonder why a massacre happened when everybody get together. Like what? like they don't understand? They was playing, huh? Hey, look. It say the violence erupted outside the Mechanics Institute, site of a reconvened Louisiana Constitutional Convention. They having a constitutional convention. They finna change some shit. They said the hell you is over my dead body. You ain't finna change and get no rights. Because remember the Freedman Bureau. The Freedman Bureau was out. And we had all type of banks. More banks than them. They said in like the first 10 years, we was already better than them. They come back from World War I during the Black Wall Street. They come back from World War I, broke as hell, come to see us in mansion. Got our own land. That's what happened. They had planes bombing them people. So this is the war. Now don't think this ain't the same war that you see your favorite sheik talking about. It started in 14, whatever. Under the guise of, you know what I'm saying, black and white U.S. citizens. This is why you see in the news everybody talking about the Great American Experiment now. We don't want it to end because they know the truth bubbling up and it's only a projection. People not getting dumber. We done hit the dumb mark. You know what I'm saying? People ain't getting dumber. So they was having a constitutional convention and this happened. The Republican Party of Louisiana had called for the convention as they were angered by the legislators' enactment of the black codes. They fighting back.
Yep.
Soon as we get free, they're gonna institute a black code. Fuck that. We call it a constitutional convention. I need my constitutional rights. Not knowing that Dred Scott still on the books while you a senator. And a black man don't got no rights that a white got it, you know what I'm saying? Get here to. So they go straight to how the convention after the black codes and refuse to extend voting rights to black men. White conservative Democrats considered the reconvened convention to be illegal and were illegal? Like a illegal election or something? You know what I'm saying? Were hostile towards Republican attempts to gain increased political power in the state. The massacre stemmed from deeply rooted political, social, and economic causes and took place in part because of the battle between two opposing factions for power and office. It's the same story we're going through now. According to the official report, a total of 38 were killed, 140 wounded, with 34 of the dead, and 119 of the wounded black. Unofficial estimates were higher. Let me see. During much of the Civil War, New Orleans had been occupied under martial law imposed by the Union. They talking about the Legal Code of 1863. On May 12, 1866, John T. Monroe, a Democrat who had already supported the Confederacy, was reinstated as acting mayor, the position he held before the war. So the same, you got to remember, back then the Republicans was for the Moors and the Democrats was for them, the Albions, on the whole. You had a lot of Republican Albions though. Where he at? So John T. Monroe, he was with the Confederacy. Now you gotta look, these Republicans, black Republicans, they from the Union. They from the Union Army. These is blacks that fought with the Union Army to keep the Union together. And now they as elected down there. And this mayor was fighting with the Confederacy, and now he got re-back elected to mayor. So you got the Klan as the police, and you a senator. Talking about what you gonna do. Okay. The position he held before the war, Judge R.K. Howard was elected as chairman in the convention to goal of increasing participation by voters likely to vote for removal of the black codes. So the massacre expressed conflicts deeply rooted in the social structure of Louisiana. It was a continuation of the war, of the Civil War. They ain't stopped war. More than half of the whites were Confederate veterans, and nearly half the blacks were veterans of the Union Army. The national reaction of the outrage at the Memphis riots of 1866, Memphis riots. So it ain't just Louisiana. Like, and I had a map with all type of riots everywhere. And they destroyed our towns. Yeah, this fight later helped the radical progressive Republicans, modern day Democrats, win a majority of both houses in the Congress in 1866 midterm elections. The riots catalyzed support for the 14th Amendment. And they get to talking a little bit more. That's the massacre of 1866. You see, the prophet was an anomaly to that. If we're looking at the Matrix, he got back in government without the slave, without the 14th Amendment slave status. You know what I'm saying? They had to get somebody from within to derail that. It's always somebody from within. It's always a traitor or somebody.
Yep.
They're not going to come out. They want to be able to say one of y'all did it. Zodiac. The more it says, when the Union lawmakers denounced the Magna Carta Code and result to the Moore Zodiac Constitution, which is principles, it ain't a piece of paper. They ain't got to take this Zodiac Constitution on paper, y'all read and file it somewhere. No, we just talking about the principles. When they was make Declaration of Independence, they was talking about God's law, nature's God, and nature's law. Y'all need to go back to that. That's when we made the treaty with them.
Right.
When we made a treaty with them, they was the Articles of Confederation. They had just declared their independence. They was going off principles, allegedly. So once they go off these principles, the Moors are prepared to pay taxes because every one of the nation is equally represented by it. It's simple. No taxation without representation. So the thing is, Moors is paying taxes. Whether you buying a bag of chips or whether your ass buying a car or paying a bill, you paying the taxes. You getting taxation. And now I'm looking at Noble Drew Ali and seeing how he done it. I'm saying not Moors need some representation. Our people need some representation.
Right.
I ain't even saying more. I'm saying the Asiatics need some representation on this piece of land right now. I don't know if it need to be a party like Ice Cube was talking about. It definitely ain't gonna be no black party. It might just need to be the Asiatic party. It's something, a term everybody can know what I'm saying.
They agree with, right.
Yeah.
More agree with, right.
Designated Asiatic, whatever. Something to that effect that can get the job, that can serve as a vehicle or some type of for the movement of our people representation. Whether they're a U.S. citizen or not. Whether they misclassified as a U.S. citizen or not. Because one of the reasons I'm telling people about this census is because they gonna classify your ass anyway. That's one of the things about it. They're gonna do it. They say they're gonna do it whether you in the right census immigration status or not. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Residence definitions. This is census residence definition. I'm just trying to find it real quick. It might not be in this. I don't know. I might can't find it right now. But if you need the code, go to AUS code 1101 15E, and you can go to 15A. All sections in A. And matter of fact, just go to AUS code subsection 1641, and you'll see right when you go on that, you'll see qualified alien, and they say your straw is qualified for permanent residence. And like I told you, they're gonna count you anyway. And this is my whole point. Moors is in denial. All y'all using this stuff. I'm not like, I don't want to get like I'm promoting. Yeah. This is this. I'm saying we already in the pot. This is what I'm saying. I'm saying it's the fourth quarter. Y'all acting like the game just started. It's the fourth quarter. The score is what it is. And we got the hand we dealt with right now. And I'm saying if it ain't that, I want to hear an answer from somebody on the solution. Because I'm tired of hearing what ain't this and what ain't that when ain't nobody got no solution. I'm saying we in the pot because what else you gonna do?
Right.
We told you grow your own food. We told you be self-sufficient. You ain't do that. So what you finna do besides beg for something or get a benefit or use the resources from this de facto? What is you gonna do really? Like we in reality right now. It's a lot of people that's going to food pantries. Shit done got real. They ain't got time for this gonna sell me into slavery. This why I ain't even finna bring that.
But it's some people just ain't even really want to face the fact. You know what I'm saying? It's like they done came up and decided to be dependent on it, or they don't want to face themselves and become self-sufficient, bro. Is you just run it. That's the reason why it's a minor status. You gotta want to make the change yourself.
Yeah. This is force that been in their government under. You notice all they ass is Republican. We came from a republic. All of us Republican. We come from the republic. Look at the dates when they took office: 1870, 1871, 1871. Right after slavery was over what? 60. Emancipation was 63. The Civil Rights Act was 66. War was over 65. 14th Amendment was 68. They right in office.
Yep.
Look where they at, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Now the problem was they didn't have no protection.
Right.
The problem was at the time, the Moors wasn't the Moors we got right now. Cause this shit ain't happening today.
Mm-hmm.
Now, once again, I gotta keep saying I'm not advocating because I'm foreign. I can't even I couldn't even do this. Say I didn't have a record. Say I didn't go to the joint. I done already did process. I'm not a citizen. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a nation. Even though when you take office, you got to denounce citizenship anyway, right?
Yeah. Yeah, when you're going with the United States.
Right.
Because you got to make an oath to them. See, the thing is that the whole trick is people don't get the connection of the fact that this whole thing is they killed the real republic, then put the fake republic in its place, and then that's why y'all don't like them, and they want to make sure that you don't like them, because that's the part that they're trying to keep everybody away from. It's a whole stage. And
this is what he's talking about. The massacre 18, it wasn't just in Louisiana. When we was getting elected, they was terrorizing us a lot. You see, when I showed Noble Drew Ali, the priest, congressman, and they say he was the first one since the 1800s to get elected.
Right.
That's because they was terrorizing their ass.
Mm-hmm.
He probably the first one that felt safe. I'm with the prophet.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the republic he's talking about. This is our half that we supposed to have. What you think happened after they scared their ass? They went and sat in them seats.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They went and took them seats.
Yep.
We had less representation. They intimidated us. That was their reset. That was the Great Reset. We're going to get all these slaves Civil Rights Act so now they can contract, even though it's unconstitutional, and they're going to contract into slavery. Y'all happy now?
Mm-hmm.
Let me go down some more. So just go through some prophecies and canons of nobody. Like you should read the literature. The literature is what's gonna show you who's who in this community. And you should really just read it for yourself.
Yeah,
but if you listen to a lot of people, you should know first before you go trying to do everything and listen to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, I brought you in to take to save a nation. I take it to save yourself. By you being born here doesn't make you a citizen.
Mm-hmm.
Just went over this. They doing census on free white persons that's not naturalized since the 1830s. Then at 200 years. And they telling me it's going to sell me into slavery. But you supposed to be a free white person. Mm-hmm. Ain't what Moore say? I'm free white person.
Yep.
Don't Moore say they go to Article 3 courts? What other article besides the Article 3 of the Constitution you talking about? What other court is enforcing a contract on the land? I don't even know how Moore can teach contracting. You ain't talking about enforcing in one of these courts. Because otherwise you holding court in the street.
Mm-hmm.
More be yourself, more study yourself. A beggar nation cannot attain to its highest degree of spirituality. In the year 2000, more come to their own. The only way out the fire is through the fire. Seems like we in the fire. I'm talking about using some fire to get out the fire.
Yep.
I come to set you free from that state of mental slavery that I found you in. We need to have warehouse because one day the Europeans are going to let you down. Okay. He say, I'm going to make the European enforce my law. day, the United States will not be able to do any business unless they do it through the Asiatic. Let our old business stay as it is, and our new business do it in your free national name. Sound like a name change.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally a name change. And how else you gonna do business in your free national name?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. The same truth that will draw you will drive you. This is the reason why I brought up Noble Drew Ali in the beginning, and I said he's the first one that brought the Moors Divine National Movement. So you can't take him out of it. That's like, look, I bring New More Order. We make New More Order, right?
Mm-hmm.
20 years later, they want to wear New More Order and cut us out of it. No,
Right.
this all. We don't care who made it.
Right.
Like what?
Mm-hmm.
We wearing it now. Y'all stop making it.
Yeah.
Hi.
That's that what is that movie? Coming to America. McDowell's.
Yeah.
McDonald's and McDowell.
Now all of a sudden, everybody talking about love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Not everybody talking about the Moorish Divine and National Movement. It ain't no Noble Drew Ali. What?
Mm-hmm.
Like what literature this in before he even came?
No, that's because they know the people aren't reading the literature.
We know the principles in the literature.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about the Moorish Divine. That phrase right there. People know what it is, man. You can't take the man movement. It is what it is.
The people they tricking. That's the thing. That's the thing. I
don't even think they trick them no more. The shit they got so see-through. Like how long can somebody talk and beat around the bush without proof? How many questions you gonna run around and people ask you for the price? You got a whole website telling about do this, and then they ask you, and now it ain't no process. No, now you only get to talk with a soundbite. Yeah. Like it is what it is, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. It is what it is. It's all good. That was diversion and invasion.
It's all good, bro. It's all good. That's what we here for. To take out the trash. I brought you something that you can shout about. This gotta be like foreign to most. I've seen some sheep talking about the esoteric mysticism part of Islam is only for like that shouldn't even be talked about unless you already know about it to keep it safe. I'm like, what? These niggas is keeping secrets. Y'all ain't keeping it sacred. Y'all keeping secrets.
Yep.
Noble Drew Ali said, I brought you something you can shout about. He said, I done came and did away with all the excuses and I done did away with the secret, you know what I'm saying, societies. Y'all made another one out of more science. Ain't no secrets. Ain't no secret information, y'all. Anybody trying to hold the knowledge, trying to be over you.
Yep.
They want an advantage. Why else hold knowledge? What type of light bearer hold knowledge?
Right.
Refrain the light.
Right.
That's why I speak so freely. I don't care. I don't care who hear what. Because I know, you see, people think this is like a nationality card and paperwork. People think soon as they get that, it's over with. Oh, good now. No. All you got is a sword and a shield. It don't matter because you know the information. So you know how to fight. You better know how to use the sword and shield. So people look because I talk so freely, man, don't let everybody. I'm like, nigga, I know how to fight. What is y'all talking about? Don't let everybody. That's the difference between me and y'all. I wish a nigga would. Y'all like, don't let nobody know I'm a Moor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Soon as they do nationality, so where's the protective custody? Show me the militia and where's the protective custody? Like, bro, y'all getting this for the wrong reason.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the intent, bro?
Just think about it. Think of
That's
everybody.
The reason why they're willing to go whatever they say. Whatever they say, because they're going in there seeking refuge. And they don't even realize that.
Hey man. That fear. I know it sounds easy. it's one of them things that sound easy, and it's like until you do it, you ain't gonna understand it. When we talk about the fear, you know, to me, it's one of the things where people just ain't went through enough. Like that quote they got, the only thing to fear is fear itself.
Yeah.
But once you go through whatever you're scared of, it's like, oh, okay. So now what I was really scared of was the unknown, because I really don't know what I'm doing. That's what I was scared of. What I was scared of was that my chaos zone kept telling me what it was because I didn't know what it was. So I kept thinking the worst thing.
Right.
So that's the imaginary. You know what I'm saying?
But the whole point is presenting you in that position with all of your fears, for you to start assimilating what it would be like to face your fears. But instead, you sit there and cower, right? So then you don't even have a chance to try to practice. Like, you don't even the whole point of you and your imaginarium, that's your lab. That's where you come and start putting stuff together. That's where you do your practice runs. You know, these people instead, they want to just, just try to put it together, and then I'm not gonna put an imaginarium or whatever, and then I'm just gonna run and jump off the cliff, knowing from being told. Like, that's not how that works. So, like I say, a lot of people, they're basically trying to, use this whole Morris thing or whatever, thinking like it's a big group. We all just gonna stand up under this big umbrella and this big ship or whatever, and we're gonna trust that somebody that said that whoever been talking for whatever all these damn years, that all of a sudden that they're gonna have the best interest at heart, when some of them didn't even have the best interest, and they knew that they were all mixed up together.
Yep.
So it's like, what are we talking about here? It's like it's really a waste of time. The only reason why we have to keep having the conversation is so people can see. Because at the end of the day, it's still exactly what it was. You got to get up off your ass. You got to do the work.
Basically,
you can't sit over here and think to find a shortcut. There ain't no shortcut in doing the work. It is what it is. You got to become self-sufficient.
And ain't nobody gonna be able to get you. Like, the hassle is gonna be for you to depend on somebody. Excuse me. That's why they probably gonna try and make you a slave. That's probably why these people get corrupt, because the people that's dependent on them try to use them.
Right? No. Nobody said they was guilty. Nobody said they wasn't guilty. Because remember, it's your intent. You went in there with the wrong intent. You went in there knowing that whatever you did, you want to absolve yourself from it. And you figure these people are going to help you do that. And because they your Moors, whatever, y'all all said Moors, now you go run into some damn chapter 25 when you don't even realize you're already voided the shit.
Yep.
Before you even open up your mouth.
Yep.
It is what it is. And then the people just don't, we want unity. With what? Tell me some, don't worry about petty differences. That's not a petty difference.
This is what I tell people to talk about the unity. Prophecy of Noble Drew Ali, number 73. I have come just before the fire. When the fire comes, I will be a water. If you do not get behind me, you will not make it through. This is what we mean by Wali. I keep telling people, who is y'all Wali? Who is y'all connection to the path, the straight path? Noble Drew Ali is ours. He said, if you don't get behind him, you're not finna make it. He gonna be the water when the fire comes. This is why we don't get with everybody. We following our literature. We practicing our religion, our way of life. You know what I'm saying? So I go straight to the literature with, like, damn near everything I say. Shit. One day you're gonna look for good Moors and you won't be able to find them. You almost there. Times that have been won't be no more. Facts. Every word that I speak is spirit, and you more say better heed. I don't even know if people understand that. Spirit. All the prophets was going off the roof.
Yep.
It wasn't they wasn't taking credit. When one of them took credit, his ass got sat down. We'll read chapter 18, Holy Quran of Mecca, Moses and Kidder. This we was telling these elders over the last few days. Moses right now. We our Kidder right now. So we had to sit them down because they thought they was the most learned because they got the most degrees. That's where that come from. Moses is the law man. When you think law man, when you think of the law book, everybody go to Moses. When you go to the courthouse, they got the 10 Commandments on it.
Mm-hmm.
So this, and who courthouses is these that we talking about? And who used it? Who used that 10? Who numbers that 10?
Mm-hmm.
Who used the 9 and who used the 10?
Islam.
So the 10 Commandments. That's what Moses sent for. The Magna Carta Code, the customs and stuff written on paper and enforced. And Zodiac Constitution is moral intelligence of men and women, highest wisdom. So we say every word I speak to a spirit, and he talking about their rule. So when you're reading the literature, you're not supposed to be putting Noble Ali personality on it. You're not supposed to have a Noble Ali altar like he Allah himself. When he told you, each man a priest unto himself, and each man a spirit man. He told you that. Told you I didn't even want you to know my parents' names was, so you wouldn't make a shrine to him and worship him like you did Yehoshua.
Yep.
So it's not about no physical body, no man, no personality. A lot of y'all is loyal to a man, and y'all think y'all are right, and y'all a goddamn kafir. Y'all a whole proud kafir.
A whole kafir.
Pull the Quran to Mecca and get down on it. You don't put partners with Allah. And I can go right. One of the attributes of Allah is Ahad, the one. Ain't no other. It's one self. Ain't no other. It's one self, and then you got the cosmos, the material. So when we read the literature, we know it's the root. If it's the root coming through them, it's the word of Allah. That's why we get our authority from the Holy Quran and Mecca. That's what Prophet Muhammad was getting. Peace and blessings be upon him. Straight root. That's why they call him the unlettered prophet, the illiterate prophet. They said he couldn't read. He just was getting straight revelation. He wasn't taking no credit. Soon as Moses took credit, said he was the most learned, Allah sent him to Al-Qaeda to get sat down. That's what happened to some people now. One day, every willing industry is going to stop, and when they start again, it will be in the Asiatics' favor. Now, don't tell me this ain't no divine, more divine and national movement, because how all these prophecies coming true? That means it's other nations making the prophecies come true. Some of them we doing, some of them other nations. We didn't tell all the other nations to stop doing business with the U.S. 3 years ago, and they start dumping them T-bonds. They set this off in 2018. I was out there. I was doing lives on it in 2019. Things going back to the horse and buggy days. One day, blood is going to flow in the streets up to a horse's brow. One day, bombs are going to fall so that they won't miss. Like, y'all probably need to read this stuff. A lot of this stuff probably is going to happen. This is why I'm showing y'all stuff on the massacre of 1866. I could be on Homeland Security website or the FBI website showing you a bulletin for white supremacist terrorists. They saying it's sundown states. They saying that the sun go down in the whole state, your ass need to be in the house. These groups will kill your ass. So these is prophecies coming true. Blood up to the brow. Did y'all see? Like, it's a civil war, a slight. I'll post it on my page. Some people arguing about some snow. 2 Albions and 1 more. The more went and shot their ass down. I guess they called him a nigga or something. I don't know what they did. I heard somebody saying nigga. But I heard the Albion threaten him. I'll make your life a hell. He went, wait right here. He went, got his gun, shot both their ass. Yep. That killed him all the way. Went back,
got another guy. Got a move like AK, whatever. I was like,
God. And told you should have shut your mouth.
Yep.
I'm like, damn. And he went like, yeah, that's just telling you like what's going on. Like it ain't just them, it's both sides.
Right.
You know, people was ticked off. People will have been on house arrest, light house arrest for a year.
Yeah.
I know they don't make everybody crazy.
Oh yeah.
It's like
plus no job, don't know where your money coming. This, that, and third on federal public benefit for the first time. Your pride hit, all this other stuff.
Yeah, you in the food pantry line. Can't go nowhere. You gotta deal with your wife now, your kids.
Yeah. Full time. Can't run high. Don't got no gym break. Yep.
All your little side chick relationships gone. Can't sneak out. Your little side niggas gone. You mad.
Yeah.
Start arguments. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all dealing with it now. Y'all in the prison planet. This why I said I was prepared for it. I had like, everything that's going on now, I'm already had training for. I can see it before. I've seen it when it was forming. People don't even see it now, and they're going through it. I was seeing it when it's forming. I'm like, man, this is prison shit. Like, y'all finna go for that? Shit, we was doing that in prison. Universal basic income? Oh, yeah, they was calling that state pay in prison. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at everything, reclassifying it in prison terms so I can understand it. The same way we take the principles and reclassify with our religion so we can teach it. And then more think you doing this and doing that because they don't know you. And then wonder why they shit dead. You wonder why you ain't got no life. And you trying to kill the mysticism. I wonder why. I wonder what happened to a body if you kill the mysticism.
You know.
If you kill the soul, if you say that body ain't got no soul, it's supposed to be dead. So, okay. You saying you got a soul? Because if we gonna kill mysticism, niggas need to stop talking about souls. Prove it. Prove you got a soul. What a soul meter at? How can we prove we got a spirit or a soul, bro? Anybody.
Yeah.
How can anybody prove a spirit or a soul? Because we don't believe in no mysticism. So why is niggas dead? So niggas ain't even dead when they get shot in the head. They just laying there playing with their brains on the ground. Because they ain't need a soul no way.
Right.
Fuck I need with a soul.
Islam.
Niggas ain't never needed no soul. Like, bro, this how they looking at the root. The exact same way how stupid that sound, that's how stupid they sound to us when we say your soul need root. It ain't just you, bro.
Yep.
Body, just like your body can't be alive without a soul, you mentally dead without the root. Your soul can't be alive without the root. And I ain't nothing I made up. I can go right in the Arabic dictionary and show you root raha. It's talking about the rule of Allah, the spirit of Allah. It's gonna say it just like that. This how stupid they be sounding to. I be like, bro. I'm like, these people so smart. They're stupid. They think it's them. Let me see. I brought you your nationality or religion and talk to you about the state. What do you want me to do? Kill you. I feel you on that one. Allah alone guides the destiny of this divine national movement. What do you mean Allah alone? That's mysticism. Somebody explain that now. Or is y'all saying no, but Drew Ali ain't know what the hell he was talking about? I'm just saying. I'm just gonna box y'all ass in. Whoever. I ain't nobody in specific. Whoever coming over here, you gotta pick a side. You can't say everything. You can't have videos on Noble Drew Ali and be talking about him at the same damn time. Not over here.
Right. You don't even add up.
One day, all the properties going back to the government. See, even he knew about the reset. He knew about the reset.
Yeah.
He telling you they gonna like food. Probably gonna go to the government. More's gonna come to their own. It's gonna be to the vital because a lot of these people are undesirables. Everything happening at the same time. You hearing good shit and bad shit.
Yep.
It's blood up to the bridle. More's gonna come into their own. If you're an elder, you ain't saved up enough food. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be the water to get out.
Yep.
Same like Holy Quran and Mecca. Tell you it's gonna be mercy and it's gonna be conflict at the same time, depending on where you at.
Mm-hmm.
State of mind or whatever. We are going to be taxed. There go a hint.
Okay.
I have come and taken away all the excuses, so I can go through the. I ain't got to go through all of them. I ain't got to go through every last one of them. Show that. Show the divine warning a little bit. And basically, like if you read these and you think about what we've been on as a people, think about the Civil Rights Act in the 1960s. We was in violation. We was a group of people violating the national laws of free national constitution, forcing ourselves on other people, and they established all types of stuff. Now I kind of understand why we did it, because when we had all our stuff, they tore it up and destroyed it. So we say, okay, every time we have some stuff, y'all ain't gonna allow it. So we gonna all be in the same stuff. I can kind of see it. You know what I'm saying? I'm wondering what a Moors. I'll never, when I'm looking at that stuff, I never see the Moors in the civil rights era. I never see a feds no more. Like they just don't get coverage. I don't know if that was that handshake or what. Okay, we good on bro. Do anybody got any questions? I missed. Don't look like it's too many. What is this? Okay. This is Joe Biden. Did I show this other day? I think we might have it live on. This is a Joe Biden talking about the enumeration of the decennial census.
Yeah. We did go over that a couple of days ago.
But the go over because I was talking about it.
Yeah.
Is this. Accordingly, the executive branch has always determined the population of each state for purposes of congressional representation, without regard to whether its residents are in lawful immigration status. This is the part right here. They're gonna count you no matter the immigration status. And this is past tense. We talking past. They already did the census. We telling you everybody been counted already. If you hadn't changed it, that shit black. You can go read this executive order for yourself. I showed the federal public benefit a little bit earlier, just to let the cat out of the bag, so people ain't got to come on the line. I showed that to expose that everybody uses this thing, even though you should know just by seeing me. For anybody to see this, you know they use it. You should know for people to live over here in on this land, they using the federal public benefit. If they ass ain't Paul Bunyan in the woods somewhere, they using it. Because these people don't put numbers on everything. Everything got a QR code on it. That's produced. You ain't producing it. And they ain't got a QR code using Federal Reserve notes to get it. So what I'm looking at here is as Asiatics, like I'm even beyond just for the Moors. As Asiatics, our people need to get these resources. And the only way they're gonna get it, the way they need to get it, is for representation. And I'm saying, like I say, it's not for me. I'm foreign. I'm thinking about them because y'all already getting taxed. Like you already paying for service. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Demand some service. That's all I'm saying. Some of y'all calling yourselves U.S. citizens already. Why not test it out and see if you really can do this stuff? At best, at least it's gonna make you mad and expose the fraud for you. Now you ain't got to be over there. Do something though. Pick a side. I'm showing you they counted you in their apportionment anyway, and they counted you as 3/5. Show you some more. Look, at point since our nation's founding has a person's immigration status alone served a basis for excluding that person from the total population count used in apportionment. They don't care whether you're foreign or not. They just want to know what you want on land. So this is something that I'm gonna do some more study on. I'm gonna get into a little bit more. And this ain't even really like this is a bigger thought type of study for like I'm just putting a thought out there because I don't really rock with everybody like that. So I'll put a thought out there for the people who trying to actually unify as far as towards. I'm more towards blacks. I'm more want to talk to blacks. Like if you're more and you already got that and the other and we don't agree already, I ain't trying to know what I'm saying because I ain't finna change nothing for you. My way of life, my religion is finna stay the same. And I'll be feeling like it's harassment when people keep asking me the same shit. And I'm like, I just told this. Like, you must want to get cursed out. You must want the bad. That's the one that work all the time. You know what I'm saying? Anybody got any questions on any of this stuff? I know I was all over the place.
Yeah, but we're quiet right now on the question.
That's cool. It's all good. Because it's about solutions. I could get on here and filth and talk about everybody. And I do that. But I'm about solution. I'm about remedy. This is a lot of the reason why people is trying to get on my vibe now. Cause they see I'm coming with a remedy that I ain't scared. I ain't got to mumble about it. And not only that, I'm talking about fraud. I'm talking about fraud that's out here. It is what it is. It is what it is. And what you're gonna notice is people won't clean up that fraud. They can't clean up the fraud. They can't clean it up. They mad they even with the fraud. And that people like me got the audacity to call it out. And that's part of being a patriot. Charlie was the first one. He a true American patriot. That's what we are. All this stuff is going down in history. Like it ain't about being famous or nothing, or for people to get it and take off and do this. No, as far as notoriety or nothing. This is one of the things to where can't nobody tell you nothing except for Allah. If it's on, something on your heart and people trying to sway you and you getting mad against your will, ain't nothing finna stop this from there, and it's making your will stronger.
Yeah. You know
how they say don't do the kids, don't be too strict on the kids because you're gonna turn them out.
Right.
You're gonna wild them out. You're gonna make their will. There's certain people everybody ain't like that. There's certain ones like that.
Right, but that's the reason why they don't want to wake up the sleeping giant. Because they already know. And when you get here, there's some people that just already came here innately because they knew their mission. And just because we all kind of got here and we was jumped when we got here, that don't mean everybody missed the mission. And so, like I say, that's the reason why they trying to keep a lot of stuff under wraps, because if it get in the wrong hands, they're gonna wake up.
Yep. Now, divine constitution and bylaw. This make a lot more sense now, don't it? This Act 5 make a lot of sense. This organization of the More Science Temple is not to cause any confusion or to overthrow the laws and constitution of the said government, but to obey hereby. Why would he say that? Because they did the Act of 1871.
Mm-hmm.
You think he don't know the story as soon as the Civil Rights Act happened and we start getting elected in, they start warring on us? The massacre had happened in 66. They did the Act of 1871 in 1871. And they had the black codes that was enforced.
Mm-hmm.
As well as the compromise of 1877, which made them take federal troops out the South. So just think about it. They had a massacre of 1866 with the federal troops. 1877, they took them out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Act 6. This is the Divine Constitution and Bylaws by Noble Drew Ali, more science of America. Well, all members must proclaim their nationality. We are teaching our people their nationality, their divine creed that they made. And hold up. Is that the mysticism people don't want, the divine creed?
That might be it.
I think that might be the mysticism people don't want.
That might be.
They trying to X out Noble.
They're trying to act like they forgot the contract.
Yeah. That they may know that they are a part, and this was partial of the said government. The real one say parcel, right? Parcel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And know that they are not Negro, colored folk, black folk, or Ethiopian because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. So, whoa. According to this, slavery wasn't even 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
So if you hear somebody talking about 400 years of slavery, that's that mental.
Mm-hmm.
Us, United States is what? The Constitution was 1789.
Yeah.
400 years from 1789 is 2189.
Mm-hmm.
Where the 400 years come from? Where the 400 years of slavery? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It might be some people who was over here for, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, everybody claiming.
Right, but that's part of the way they're trying to keep the game up. That's even with the whole changing of the calendar year and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm. You say, but this is a new era of time now, and all men must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live in the nations of the earth. Sound like he was talking about the state,
Mm-hmm.
which is what he did. He had to send it to every, 80 locations.
Yeah.
This, what he say? Free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live in the nation of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained Noble Drew Ali. So he got his authority from Allah. Once again, he was ordained by Allah, not a creation of Allah. The prophet to redeem his people from their sinful way. And the reason he was ordained was to redeem his people from their sinful ways.
Mm-hmm.
Stop disrespecting the ancestors, nationality. The most Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites who inhabited the northwest and southwestern shores of Africa. Bam. Starting to make a little bit more sense. And I still don't think that these places that's going on this name today is operating under this act. I'm from what I've seen, I don't see it.
Yeah.
But it might be one or two somewhere. Who knows?
We ain't condemning all of them. But some of them that we definitely have seen that have presented themselves have been out of honor.
Mm-hmm. And I know they're looking at me like, out of honor, him with his mouth and how he. Hey, we stirred the drink, didn't we? The drink got stirred up, mixed up, didn't it? It tastes good, don't it?
Mm-hmm.
There's some life in the body.
Right.
I don't really want to hear nothing. Body was cold. I don't know what I got up here. I'm just going through some stuff before I figure I'm gonna check out. I was looking up in this because they got some type of law. They got some type of law they had looked up. We showed this the other day. We should I just got this up there. For like people who doing leans everywhere, leaning everybody and lean that. I'm saying this lady got 7 years. Where's she at? Lauren Will Solomon. I think she was a Moore too. Ritati Bay. Yep. And they made this law to I think got it with criminal law enhancements to protect judges, family members, and witnesses. Protections against malicious recordings of fictitious liens against federal judges and federal law enforcement officers. So this is something y'all might want to look into. 8 U.S. Code, 18 U.S. Code, Chapter 73, about making these liens, retaliating against a federal judge or federal law enforcement officer by false claim or slander of title. So you got to be able to prove the claim.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got to be honorable. Say you prove the claim and they just violate. This is a lot of the stuff of what we're talking about, what we calling people fraud. Because they know they not finna get remedy. The end result is just gonna be a violation. So what's the point?
Mm-hmm.
So they got this to protect them from false liens, and they talking about 10 years and whatever the fine may be and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why we come out and tell y'all, because we don't want y'all to know what I'm saying, get hooked up. This is a House resolution from 2 years ago, 5404, and this is to make define the dollar as a fixed way to go. And y'all know we finna go to the gold standard because this was to go into effect 30 months from the date of this act, and that was last September.
Mm-hmm.
30 months from the date of this act. I think it's at the bottom. During the 30-month period following the date of enactment of this act, the United States government shall take time and reasonable steps to disclose all of its holdings of gold, together with a contemporaneous report of any United States government purchases or sales, thus enhance the ability of the market and of market participants to arrive at the $6 gold parity and orderly. So they said they was going to the gold standard in 30 months after this act. And this got something to do with all this corona this and corona that in the stock market and all that, because they got to go back to the gold standard. Eventually, I don't know how they're going to do it. But the reason why they got to do it is because the market is unstable. The market is so unstable, the economy is, you know what I'm saying, it can't function.
Right.
So they forced. Just like that prophecy said, the European ain't gonna stop to look death in the face. They forced. And the gold standard gonna even the playing field. Now they're not gonna be able to hypothecate. You gotta have enough gold, and somebody wants their gold. If they bring the notes for the gold, you gotta have it.
Yep. Not no wait 7 days, do an order immediately.
So look, effective 30 months after the date of this act, the Secretary of Treasury in this act, referred to as the Secretary, shall define the dollar in terms of a fixed weight of gold based on that day's closing market price of gold. And the Federal Reserve Bank shall make Federal Reserve notes exchangeable with gold at the statutory gold definition of the dollar. When this happens, we talking Republic. This is what I'm waiting on. I want to see some gold. It say the Federal Reserve Bank shall make Federal Reserve notes exchangeable with gold. That means it's backed.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever that happened, we you know what I'm saying, we in the prophecy is talking about they doing business and got to do Asiatics and it's time to do business. This is why we always set up to be prepared and ready. Whenever business ready to get booming, be ready. We're not finna be, you know what I'm saying, having to go to school now because we don't waste our time listening to somebody, and they wasn't even following up with our lead. But they was talking about with the movement. I'm like, what movement? Because he the only one brought a divine national movement. So we showed the federal public benefit, showed you the census, showed you some of these prophecies, showed, I don't think I needed this. This was something on aldermen, because I was looking at the aldermen, thinking of how can, because I'm using the federal public benefit, and I'm seeing that this shit Moores was talking about for years with the damn fantasy. So in my reality, in the Moores reality, when is this thing gonna change? Ever? Like realistically, when is it ever gonna change, y'all? Yeah. Especially when if we don't do nothing.
Right. That's the whole point. Because everybody, they don't want to do it. They're waiting on somebody else to do it. They feel like these people owe them, so they're supposed to just get up and start serving them automatically. You know, and it don't work that way. They already know. You already know they tricked you, right? So if you know the trick, you still playing the game. These people crazy, bro.
So, like, we need our people need franchisement to the resources.
Yep.
That's what our people need. And now is the time, since we got, as a people, it's a groundswell of power. Each nation is the time for them to ask for what they need right now. You know what I'm saying? Not to ask, man, really.
Yep.
Y'all talking about equity? It's what time it is. So in Chicago, like I say, you got the mayor and you got the aldermen. The aldermen are right up under the mayor. They call them like mini mayors or whatever. Let me see. Chicago is divided into 50 legislative districts or wards. Each district is represented by an alderman who is elected by their constituency to serve for your term. In addition to representing the interests of their ward residents, together the 50 aldermen comprise the Chicago City Council, which serves as the legislative branch of government of the city of Chicago. So the way they got the Senate, the Illinois, you know what I'm saying, State House, the City Council is that for Chicago. That's like the Senate. That's like the Senate. So we can have them more in there. Because all y'all ain't did damn paper. All y'all ain't did our class. Y'all ain't formed. Some of y'all is agreeing with this stuff. So the whole thing is, what can we do for our people? That's the only way the unity gonna come. Because if you operate U.S. citizen, we can't even really know what I'm saying. We can't really talk. Because we foreign to y'all. What we talking about? How we talking nation building and we foreign? And y'all saying y'all U.S. citizen. You already got a nation.
Yep.
Like, at least on paper. So the legislative power of the city, state legislator, and by home rule provisions of the Illinois Constitution, within specified limits, the city council has the general authority to exercise any power and perform any function pertaining to its government and affairs, including but not limited to the power to regulate for the protection of the public's health, safety, morals, and welfare, to license, to tax, and to encourage debt. Let me see. It says the city council votes on all proposed loans, grants, bonds, issues, land acquisitions, sales, zone changes, traffic control issues, mayoral appointees, and other financial appropriations. Now y'all know what this is, right? Y'all know what this is that they voting on. What else I showed this talked about? Loans, grants, bonds. What talked about all that?
Yep. Federal government.
This is what they voting over. Where just go? This is what they voting over, y'all. Your birthright. So in Chicago, it's a bunch of Moors living in the same ward. They got the same issue and got the same alderman and ain't putting no pressure on his ass or her.
Mm-hmm.
When they all 50 of them is getting over $1 million for these raggedy ass streets.
Yep.
For these stop signs, for this, that, for homeless feed, like initiatives, for this, that, $1 million for your little war. We should be able to see a meal. You know what I'm saying? How many businesses in that area could be employed off that meal to supply the community?
As long.
Like niggas trying to tell me because it's a federal public, you know it's the de facto. We'll go eat grass then. I don't care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but remember that here's the deal. The reason why they're using that, what do they produce?
Exactly.
That's the whole point. Like they don't even get it.
They're not even gonna produce a solution. They don't
produce
nothing. They don't come with solutions. They just come with arguments. They just
complaints. No, they come with complaints.
Yeah,
they just waiting on anybody to step up and who gonna answer the calls for a complaint.
Yep. Now, all this time, because we do contract and we talking about enforcing the federal public benefit. Somebody gonna say that's de facto and that's selling them into slavery. And I'm gonna say you can't read the Zodiac Constitution. You couldn't have been reading this for the last 50 years. Because this part says you give a man adequate employment, food, clothing, shelter, medical care, equal rights, respect, and protection of mob violence, all this from de facto. The only shit the de facto got to offer is the federal public benefit. Everything I'm showing you right here, the only way you're going to get it from them is right here. Federal public benefit. This is what I'm saying. The jig is up.
Mm-hmm.
So people who went against this, they really exposed they never was following it.
Mm-hmm.
They never was competent. Well, not enough to do this. They just had a piece of paper. Trying stuff. This is why I'm not, like, Moors is not my target. You listening is cool if you with it. But blacks is, because they the ones who gonna make it happen. Moors is gonna listen and want somebody else to do the work. All Moors think they somebody master.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. Mm-hmm. All of them, I master you to death. I self-law master.
Yep.
They want to be somebody master. All of them got a name. I'm the emperor. I'm the national grand sheik. I'm the empress. Mm-hmm. I'm the king and I'm the queen. I'm the this. Like, damn. Ain't nobody just say appellation.
Mm-hmm.
Then they all hypocritical. All of them got Arabic, Islamic names, and then ain't none of them a Muslim in the sense they submit to the will of Allah or read the Holy Quran in Mecca or even go by the literature nobody Ali brought. So yeah, I vent a little bit. I complain about the complainer, but I'm bringing you remedy. See, my complaint is somebody trying to shit on the remedy, and I'm showing it to you in their own damn law. And then they disregard the law. Now they don't want to follow it no more. So that's Zodiac Constitution. And y'all subsistent. Now, let me go to this Holy Quran of Mecca. Because when you read the literature, Noble Drew Ali, these Quran questions for Moors one-on-ones. If you look, it's telling you that if you look, you can see the authority from the Great Quran of Muhammad to propagate the faith and extend the learning and truth of the I can't read it now. Of the great prophet of Ali in America. So we showed you this to show you the Great Quran of Muhammad is where the authority is coming from. So, guess why people don't want to be in this book? And the de facto is in this book. They talk about the founding fathers, the framers, and all that, and having Quran, reading out of the Quran. This is Surah 4 out the Holy Quran of Mecca. It's called The Woman. I'm going to read this for you. Make not over your property, which Allah has made a means of support for you to the weak of understanding. To the weak of understanding, and maintain them out of it, and clothe them and give them a good education. This the Holy Quran explaining to you not to give somebody who incompetent property the right to contract. It says, and test the orphan until they reach the age of marriage. Then if you find in them maturity of intellect, so we call that the age of maturity of intellect, make over to them their property. See, if they the age of majority, make over to them their property, because now they can contract. Now they're not going to get taken advantage of. And consume it not extravagantly and hastily against their growing up. And whoever is rich, let them abstain, and whoever is poor, let them consume reasonably. And when you make over to them their property, call witnesses in their precedence contract. And Allah is enough as a reckoner. That's Holy Quran of Mecca. Let me see. I done went through everything. Islam. It's all good. We went through so much. What we basically talking about is government. And we're not even talking about, we're not being specific to ourselves. We're talking about the whole nation. We're talking about the blacks, the Hebrew Israelites, the whoever, the Moors. Because right now, all our people is trapped in this. I ain't gonna say trap. All our people is in a situation right now that they could have been in a better situation. And it came from knowing from being told. Everybody know I pretty much blame the elders. Not just Moors, all type of elders. Because they the ones who were supposed to have a way for us. This is what we cleaning up. We making a way for the ones that come after us. We not going to not have to wait and then criticize them for becoming a product of not doing our job. What I'm thinking of is that people need to get more involved into civics. Mm-hmm. People need to get into more involved in the way how government works, the way stuff, what needs to get done to make stuff happen, and not even just so we can groom somebody to put somebody in a seat, but so we can hold these people accountable. Because we really don't need somebody in the seat. The person in the seat just need to do what we tell them to do. I could care less if their name was elevated. Mm-hmm. If the people get conscious and we just put some pressure and they do what we need to do, I'm good. Mm-hmm. I'm good with that. Because it's going to happen eventually. This is why he told the Moors to move together. Once we start following the program, once we move together, we're going to have how can we not have an alderman we won't end? Right. We ain't got to ask nobody for shit. Hey, look, do this. Well, all right, don't worry about it. You ain't going to be in there next time. Yeah. You wasn't finna be in there next time. No way. I was just, don't worry about it. We're going to have bro and them move from Texas and Cali. Fill up this whole ward. And once we do it in one ward, we're going to stun on the other wards. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know the alderman. Yeah, we just came from a meeting from the alderman over here. He finna get our shit done. That's them type of conversations I'm talking about. Yeah, I need you to go holler out the band, holler at the congressman, holler at our representative in Congress, and tell them we need. Everybody else got a lobbyist. Holler at bro, tell him I need this shit done. We need this, that, and this. We need our own school over here.
Yep.
We tired of y'all damn career. Don't make us go out in the public with this stuff. You know how we get. You gonna be mad people calling out the word troglodyte, you know what I'm saying, gonna be around, and like we gonna start putting words in the having changing the atmosphere. People gonna start thinking different. Like, bro, get this shit done. And that's like that to me, that's the thought right now. Especially studying over drug league, looking at the history, looking at the history repeat itself. I'm like, right, that's what it is. It's always gonna come down to enforcement. That's why people don't really want to dabble, because they ass intimidated. What's always stopping somebody? Jail.
Yep.
It's always jail. Or worse.
It's all.
It ain't because the law say, bro, we can get up laws. I just posted something. What's they got the show American Skin, everybody talking about. When his son was talking about how you can kill a police if they false arrest. And he told his ass, stop talking like that.
Right.
All the Moors know this shit. I only seen one person accidentally do it. And he wasn't trying to do it. He didn't cite, he said I could do this. He weaponized a statement. His ass out of there. Why you don't see Moors doing it no way? Because they know what the real is. They know the consequences. They know what the law say. You know the consequences.
Yep.
Why Moors still using the straw man? Because they know what the real is. All that no corporate contracts, that's just for show. Because as soon as I get off the live, my mouth gonna be dry. I want some snacks. I'm going up here to the store and I'm checking the cash. Yeah.
I want some juice.
Yeah. I need some snappers.
Okay. I'm thirsty.
Pure. I need something Caucasian made. Cold in a Caucasian freezer. These people over here for services. All the Moors talking about they the damn master, and we can't put this thing together.
Right.
I bet you I can put it together. I bet you I ain't finna be no slave.
Yeah, go on.
I bet you I can figure out who the master and the slave in this thing is.
Easy.
I wonder who the master's supposed to be. Let me take a wild guess. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a slave. Let me just. So this how I'm coming with it, y'all. I'm finna use the fire against the fire. And I ain't even a damn citizen. But I know I got a mouthpiece. So this gonna be a message. If you niggas black, why y'all ain't in the city council? Why your black counterpart in the city council ain't did nothing for you?
It's long.
With his black ass. Why he ain't show you Dre and Scott? Ask him about it. Tell his ass a lot to you. This is what I'm talking about. Why we can't have nobody in the public saying what it is? These people got a QAnon congresswoman. QAnon. That's the closest thing to a Moor you finna get. As far as the stuff they say, they call it conspiracy theorists and this is that and the other.
Yep.
She called them baby eaters. Like these people got QAnon. They own World News. Talk about Bill Gates, the whole conspiracy is out. Yep. I'm like, you know what? That's the sign. They can't hide it no more. So now they got to just put out misinformation. It's the same just like with the Moors community. Soon we came out, they couldn't hide it no more. We got to just misinformation everything. Just confuse everybody. This is why we went to this is why we went to the measures we did, because they went to the measures they did. They trying to confuse everybody. So okay, the only way we're gonna be able to see these people is by drawing a hard line in the sand. And now we can see who got contracts. Because everybody can't do this.
Islam.
Everybody ain't got these rights.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when we get to talk about proof, you hear silence. See, that's a way to see. Everybody can't do this. Everybody can't be out here talking like me and show you the proof and show you the video of me, you know what I'm saying, doing what I do. So this is a way to see in the dark. So you see who everybody who's saying they did it and can show proof. You see everybody who ain't saying they did it, and then there you go. There go your flash. There go your flash. You just took a picture. And I done took so many pictures. You know how people make a picture book and you can see the cartoon if you flip it?
Yeah.
I done took so many pictures, bro. I got a cartoon for your ass. I done showed you that these traded so many times. I done showed you them going into the safe, picking a lock, you know what I'm saying, scratching their ass. I done showed you all type of stuff. You're like, damn, how many pictures he take? Like, I ain't even take them. The Roo just gave them to me. Like, yeah.
Right.
Check these out when you get a chance. I'm like, damn.
Y'all
ain't did this? Y'all ain't did this? Ain't nobody got nothing found nowhere? Damn, you ain't even updated your name? You Dred Scott? You ain't even got no right to contract. You ain't got no right that somebody in white status got to honor by law.
Yep.
By your own law, by the own law y'all be quoting, my straw don't got to honor none of your straw rights. If my straws got in a legal battle, they're white, yours black. Man, I can pull a Dred Scott. Who is this dude? For the record. Well, I'm Moorish American now. Well, objection. Facts not on the record, Your Honor. Can I have discovery that he's a Moorish American national? This is how they doing y'all ass. Because y'all they venue without they venue, you know what I'm saying, documents. This is what Moors don't understand. We ain't did no work.
None.
We ain't try to do the work. And the Moors that is in a position is sellouts. Either they sellouts or when nobody ready, so they just sleeping, you know what I'm saying, waiting. They'll wake up one of these days. They wake up, I'm you know what I'm saying, I'm in Illinois corrupt politician scandal, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Politics, it's all corrupt.
Right.
It's all corrupt, bro. Islam, y'all. This is why I posted Bobby Hemmett. Bobby Hemmett described us to the T. He say how he went about this, him in the movement, it's the same like us. He went about it like somebody doing an autopsy on a body, and they checked the body and couldn't find the cause of death, and the only thing left was a pile of shit. And he knew he had to go through it strategically and go through every inch of it to make sure without a shadow of a doubt. And while he going through the shit to find out the cause of death, all the incompetent people looking in the room, in the window at the autopsy, like playing and shit.
Right.
We better than that.
Yep. Islam.
We don't talk like that. But they ass stuck in the room. They stuck in the room watching, and they ain't never gonna do nothing. All they can do is complain from the room. You the only one that can determine the cause of death, which the cause of death gotta be solved. You know what I'm saying? So you can fix the phenomenon. It's something that's keeping us stuck in a loop. Islam. It's something got us in a loop, bro. That's why they keep going over the same shit. They going over the same playbook. And this is why everybody thinks it's going to be a civil war, because all the similarities. The last time this happened was a civil war. Last time civil war. Last time civil war. Last time our people was woke, it was a civil war. We wanted our freedom. This is why they got Rex 84. And Rex 84, in a nutshell, is saying once these people know that they not finna get their land back, they gonna want a war. we gonna start raiding their ass like we used to do. What they call Indian raids. From all the treaties they was violating. Every time they violated a treaty, every time they violated a treaty, I ain't gonna say every time, but they was violating treaties, and we was raiding their ass. You seen the Black Lives Matter last year? Every time they killed one of us, and we was raiding their ass, commerce, taking all their stuff. They know what that is, even though we don't know what it is. We don't even know we was doing. We went back to tribal on their ass. Start coordinating everyone. They all downtown, 700-800 deep. Islam. So this what got me tied into the history even more now, because I'm looking at it, I'm like, damn. It's like remembering. It's like being woken up, remembering. You know what I'm saying? The whole. Oh damn, we was doing that before. Then we just did that again. Yep. So this is going on. So this the next play for this. They finna try and do this. And everybody know the vaccine is the new reset. That's why ain't nobody taking it now.
Yep.
This the new anomaly. You can't trick everybody. And at the same time, we got the Aquarian light coming in. So we got reinforcements.
Yep.
It's finna be some more competent people around here speaking out. You know, Coach Claire, you know. Moors is finna see that what these people been trying to predict for years. They psychic abilities. Some of them is some they psychic, but at the same time ain't no mysticism, but they psychic.
Right.
Only I'm psychic.
Yeah.
You know. You know what I'm saying?
It's long. Oh my goodness.
You know,
bro, it is what it is, bro.
I'm just saying, bro.
Damn, people say they qualified. They the only one. They like I say, I'm the only one. It's the only way.
Hey, bro. I ain't gonna never get it. I ain't gonna never get it. I ain't gonna never get how scary these people is. Like I ain't gonna never get it. That's it. We basically covered all type of topics. Anybody got any questions? Bro say we got outside visitors as well. I don't know exactly what you mean, bro. But as far as Moors is concerned, I think business need to be on your mind. Business need to be on your mind. You need to be watching this economy, getting ready for gold standard to pop off. If you're not doing that, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know how you're eating. Some people scared to take a stimulus. Like I said, when they run it, I'm running that thing. Run that. You know. And for the people who saying not to take it, like that's on y'all if y'all want to listen to it. If I was y'all, anybody telling me not to do commerce and they can't prove nothing, I ain't sending their ass a red cent. Because to me, that's what's fueling all this. People need to be able to prove what they're talking about. Because that only how, and I just said it so many, I still don't get how people, bro, I still don't get Islam. I still don't get how people are getting food. Ain't nothing to believe in. And you ain't never seen no proof. They want me to prove. Like you want me to prove something that's unproven, that has never been proven.
Right.
How can you unprove something that's don't exist?
Right. Right. But well, you know that another thing, they also, you ain't never seen this before. In all this time, it ain't never been done before. They do what they do.
Hey man.
I mean, like I say, it is what it is.
Yeah, that's how I'm looking at the Moors. I'm looking at the
Moors.
Bro, Moors need to get out the scary stuff. And I don't want you to get it confused with me saying get on some.
It's a scary person. It's a personality trait. It's something that's something you gotta fix on yourself. It's like self-esteem. If you got low self-esteem, can't nobody come up. You can't go. Ain't no female gonna raise your self-esteem. It's not gonna happen. You got to raise your self-esteem.
Yeah, you got to go through some stuff.
Yeah.
You got to go through some stuff.
You can't keep running from yourself.
You got to go do some stuff. Man. You got to live.
You the trader. You the trader on yourself.
Just think about it. Think how we operate, right? People don't like our style. We up front, nipping in the bud. Nah, just say last 2 years, right? We done did a whole lot of stuff. We done beat cases, did processes, helped nationalize people, made new body politics, did all type of, you know what I'm saying, businesses, all type of stuff. 2 years, bro. Got nice, decent plan, help people get their status back and all that. It don't take that long.
No.
That's the news. Corrected
ourselves. It take gumption.
Yeah.
You know, it take what desire and what are your wants, and you gotta focus and what's your intent. At the same time, you know, I've seen a lot of more heard stories, whatever, and their main intent was whatever, trying to get something. Trying to command and lean and do all this other stuff. Like that's what their goal is, was to lean or whatever, to try to get some type of, you know, whatever would have been reparations in their mind. Even though they're not using the term. They just going for whatever pop. Like, you know, hey, we don't care. It's like watching the dog race. They have no idea. Whichever one's gonna hit first. They gambling instead of doing the work.
Like the reality need to be here. Like Moors is, I'll be wanting to do Moors know the real shit. Like they got a real view of what's going on. Like we over here getting treated. Do y'all understand? People is over here. People is over here like celebrating. They celebrating like because they finally made their body politic, and then they going at the Moors instead of trying to free the blacks. Excuse me. I'll be wondering what's done. What happened that that's celebratory. I ain't saying be mad all the time, but don't try and, you know what I'm saying, trick me. Like we actually accomplished something. Because we talk about black this, Negro this. They ass had the Black Wall Street. They did more than all the Moors right now put together. And it wasn't just them. Back then in that time, under the Negro Act, under the Civil Rights Act, still getting crucified by KKK, they was more gubernatorial than us. They had their own towns with their own hospital, their own clubs, their own stores. We don't got that with all the competent Moors.
Listen, the Prophet also had, like, you know, soaps, this, that, and the other, this, that, and the third stuff that he was selling. The Prophet was bringing business, because that's what you got to do to raise a nation, period. We got to be self-sufficient. Everything was self-sufficiency, and that's what it was supposed to be about. You got a lot of these people that are, you know, basically trying to you know, live off the dream or whatever, off of some commanded reparations that they'd have made up, that all of a sudden everybody's supposed to adhere to. And then, so now look, if you want to do that with you, that's cool. My problem is this. You have people that with women, children, people got families, right? So we can't just sit up and start throwing up, talking about we're going to make this up and everybody going to stand in solidarity or whatever. And then, so now when all the elders are gone, because we done got stood in solidarity, we're in jail. And then the babies now are getting indoctrinated in the system. How is that what we're supposed to be doing? And then, you know, like I say, I ain't trying to judge nobody. You know, we all make mistakes or whatever. I ain't trying to even point out that, hey, you made a mistake. I'm just saying that we gotta, as a person, to, like, fuck everybody else. When you think that stuff's not working, this, that, and the third, or whatever, like, we not even taking the time to really face ourselves to realize what it is that we want. You keep lying to yourself and running something else because you're trying to get something else off your ass because you don't want to face your fear, or you don't want to face whatever it is that you created, because you created this. It is what it is. Everybody want to create body politics, say they're the only way, this, that, and the third, and then start fighting with other body politics, and you still not even trying to reach the people. You too busy trying to debate on the other body politics platform, talking about you the only way. Well, if you the only way, what is your platform? If you the only way, right? Some of them I've seen where they done Photoshop whole buildings and put their shit up there and slapped it on Google. Straight Photoshop.
Ain't no only way.
Yeah.
Ain't no only way.
Yeah.
The same way, we just showed y'all the whole presentation. If you ain't seen from the beginning, you might want to watch.
Bro.
Charlie did it, went around his elbow.
The whole point is that a lot of people ain't taking these principles as serious as they're supposed to, because they would realize that they would already look in the mirror and find themselves out of order. That's just all across the board. And so everybody just got to take a step back for a minute and look and see, how we're going to make a correction.
And that's, to me, I'm thinking is like, because this is a broad topic. We're really speaking on stuff that affect all the Asiatics over here in this land. So it's bigger than, you know what I'm saying? It's bigger than Moors. It's bigger than whose side you're on as far as that go, as far as that idea go. Not as far as us all coming together. Because all of us could be unified with an idea. We don't all got to come together. We got to like you for us to know that it's Moors that don't like me, that I don't like some of the stuff that I like. So say it's me and another Moor, right? We just don't like each other. It's spout versus spout, right? We both like BMWs. We both like, you know what I'm saying, the same favorite food. We both like this same type of music. We both like this same activity, sport. We both might like to work out. We both might like the same books. You know what I'm saying? It's an idea.
Y'all did this at work. What are you talking about?
What'd you say?
This is like at work. What are you talking about? When you went to job, when you went to you got your fucking coworker, the one that you can't stand, that you already think they nasty, so you go dump out the whole coffee pot, make a whole new thing of coffee just because they made it. Yeah. No, this work. Y'all already, but guess what though? No matter how y'all feel about it, the job get done, don't it?
Yep.
Okay. And so I'm like, what?
And you wasn't friends.
No, you wasn't friends. But no, and y'all sat there and talked to each other. And did the whole fake whatever when the boss came, like, oh hey, yeah.
So maybe people got me mixed up. I don't know. Some of y'all know what it is though. Y'all the whole, you know what I'm saying? Ooh out the bam. But some of y'all got me mixed up when it comes to the like. I don't gotta like you. We don't gotta meet. If we was in the same situation, me and you might be the same person in that situation. You don't like me, I don't like you, but you in your territory, I'm in my territory on different days and different dates at different times. The same situation happened, and you did what I did.
Yeah, but see, this the thing. That's why the principles are there. That's what we're agreeing upon, right? It ain't about likes, it's about principles. You know what? Most of the time, the reason why people don't like each other is because of principle been violated.
Exactly.
One way or another, they felt disrespected, whatever, didn't realize that they disrespected the other person when they came up, especially when you're talking about, I'm the only way. What are you talking about? Like quit the shit. That's what I'm like, let's quit playing the games, all this bullshit, and everybody just be real. Just be yourself. Try that. Just like one whole day. Quit the shit.
I gotta be sovereign. That's why I gotta be like how it is. Alliances and everybody make their own body politic. It gotta be the threat of soon as you violate, you out of there. That's what's gonna hold everybody together.
Yeah.
As far as individual alliances.
What they're trying to induce in the culture is that it don't matter about your doctrine, but we all Moors, the bloodline, this, that, and the third. It don't matter what you think. We all gonna unify when while the whole time we unified, and then here you go, you got the other person putting the condom on the background. Okay, so how that's supposed to work? No, it don't work that way. And I could care less. If that's what y'all want to unify with Islam, go ahead, do that over here. That's the one we said we separate. It's all good.
And like I said, we And I'm glad we came out like this. I'm glad it started like this because for whoever thought we was trying to come on here to be popular and run for office and sell all the merchandise, it's like telling the truth is bad for business. If anybody know business and know about advertising, ain't a whole lot of truth in advertising. So this ain't advertising. This ain't, what I'm saying, what some of y'all thought it was. This is a duty. This is why we can do what we can do, and we ain't got some of the problems y'all can do because we didn't make raising the people a business. We did business and said we're gonna raise the people. We know the people the reason they feeling us is because we similar anyway. So it's a reason we can do business with the people. Like some of the people can do business. They got I done bought some of these people products. That's the whole point. Everybody get they trade, get their skill and make it happen. But as far as our people go, it's time for civic.
Yeah, but those people, they didn't even want to work. What are you talking about? We did a lot of these people we talking about don't want to work.
But it's a way, it's a style, it's a way. The same way you teach Moors. The same way you teach Moors is the same way you teach blacks. You stun on their ass. So what I mean by that is you got to trick them into the knowledge. Because a lot of times in our community, we like got the dead culture, so we be jealous and envy. Excuse me, jealous and envious. So they got to see the example of you. What I mean by stunt is do something they can't do. So you gotta they gotta see the example. Whether it be you just being you, growing up, know what I'm saying? I mean, not growing up, but be an example, living in the neighborhood. Whether it be you always giving them the game, and then they see you one time get stopped by them people, and whatever happened, whether you got to fight the case and get resolved, or whether you get it resolved, whether you steady dropping a dime on their head like Albert, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dre Scott in their face, you know what I'm saying? Steady throwing a slave proof in their face. These is different ways. That's energy. That's a challenge because they want you. It's just like the gay community. They want everybody to be okay with this shit, don't they? Civil union. If not, what is the argument about? What is the damn argument? What do you care? What, you know what I'm saying? People's personal opinions is over this stuff because you really ain't good with it, and you want everybody else to make you feel good about it. That's what I call the ritual. I always tell people I don't do people rituals. I can tell when people do the ritual because they come just like you call it automated response. Yeah. I call it the ritual. They might come, they don't got no money. I don't have doing all this and want you to swoop in. Oh, here's $1. Yeah. Here's $1 to pop out the vending machine. I'm not that type of dude. I'm the type of dude, you gonna play stupid? Oh, I'm gonna play stupid too. I don't see your ass. Where's he at? And I'm right there just looking all of my phone, right? You all of my phone. I wish I just had it. Like, damn, this is interesting. Damn, you read another 5 minutes. Damn. I'm gonna do it too. Cause I'm the type, see, I'm one of them people be too smart for their own good. I'll be overthinking shit. You know what I'm saying? So in my mind, I bug up. I'll be game conscious. Like this motherfucker think that goof ass shit finna work on it, and now I'm finna look in the phone extra hard and wish the nigga would. I charge myself up. The stuff people don't want to do because they uncomfortable. In my own mind, I'll be charging myself up, not to violate myself. Like, no, you finna get justice. Just like when the police pulled me over. If y'all watch the tape, I'm sitting in the car getting mad and mad. I'm in there just cursing. Cause I know he hit me. It was hot. It was summer night. You know how it be summer night. The wind is all the way down, yep. I'm in there, Phil Florence, Yosemite Sam. You pull me over, you finna get it. And he called 20 of his boys. And all their ass got it. So what we been on here 2-3 hours. I think we done hit enough topics. Yeah. We got the message out. The message is civics. The message is civics. That's one of the messages. That's civics. And that's on different fronts. You gotta know the rules to the game to play the game. Whether you in the game, I could play the game and I ain't even in that game.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're a citizen, but I know what you're saying you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And these people think you who you say you is. So I'm gonna be sarcastic on your dumb ass. Even though they can't hear me, but they finna feel my energy and know I ain't them because I ain't scared, first of all. Then they finna see how I'm talking to your ass. Like, damn, he ain't like this is what was happening when I was in court.
Mm-hmm.
I go back and sit down. It was like, you know, how boxing, when they ding, 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 you gotta go back to the corner and they give you water and patting your back and all this stuff and fanning you. That's how
right,
it was.
right.
I'll go back and sit down, the old man on my back. Yeah,
right, I need your energy. Right.
Trying to channel your energy, young blood.
Yeah.
More vices to the right. Damn, you went hard on their ass. Huh? I'm like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They feel that. They know what's going on. They can tell when it ain't a slave in there.
Yep. They already know.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
They trying. Look, bro, I'm telling you. After I went up there, I was up there for like 20 minutes on most emotional living. The next dude they called, he was up there just trying to make up some shit. He was just. That nigga was going within. He turned into a Sufi right there.
Okay.
Right. Within on their ass. Usually when they wouldn't say nothing and just pay the fine, he like, no, hold up, no, because hey.
you know our people that do anything to stop some check, say some check. Wait, I ain't gotta spend that.
Bro, the shit was it was like one of the moments. It was like, you know how you affected somebody?
Yeah.
You know you affected them? Bro, I felt like MJ when he hit the buzzer beater. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Bro, if I could give his ass mental telepathy, that's how I felt. Like, damn.
Yeah. Like what? What?
Shit crazy.
It was over, bro. But no, because he's seen it, bro. He's seen it. Because you know they all sitting there when you're waiting and you're watching everybody in because you're trying to see what the temperature is with the judge.
Because I know what it is.
Right.
I know that's that dead body trying to get up. I know that's Hiram.
Mm-hmm.
That's Hiram.
Yep.
I wasn't talking to your ass. And you bones shaking. You know what I'm saying? Hold the fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, damn, that's Hiram, bro. His ass will raise up. He just seen some proof.
Yep. What he been waiting on.
Yeah, he seen me coming out with the feds, suited up, had the whole briefcase on, all my papers. It was tan dude ass a whole line.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he's saying. And wasn't scared to go to jail. That's what he's saying.
Islam. Yep.
Like, so I don't know. You know, I'll be up here talking forever. But I'm on civics, man. I'm all in the history. I'm all back past 1865 up until present, looking at them previous resets and previous times that they tricked us. And now we in a part of the matrix where Neo is in the room with the architect.
Mm-hmm.
And he's saying, what you gonna do? You gonna say Trinity or you gonna say Zion? You only can say one.
Mm-hmm.
What you want? Reparations or you want the Republic? And he say, looking at your biochemical process, I can tell what decision you are already gonna make because he knew he was in love.
Mm-hmm.
He was gonna go with his desire. Damn the mission, I'm going with my desire.
Right.
Damn the people, I need to be running whatever the movement is because I'm the national sheep. You know what I'm saying? I'm going with the trendy.
Islam.
Trendy religion. With no explanation.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing wrong with religion, you know. Don't let nobody. The thing about the dogma is a teaching tool. The thing what make it sinister is when they don't teach you what it means.
Mm-hmm.
Like your preachers, your imams, and your rabbis.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they ass going to a lodge.
Mm-hmm. Islam.
when they can teach you all that, because all that's in the book. How many times they showed the Holy Quran in Mecca, and then showed about stuff that's in the papyrus, the coffin text? Like I said, we can go forever. Civics. We on getting competent. We on civics. If you listening to me too hard and you hear me say black and white and some other connotative linguistic, it might be because you are more and you supposed to be doing your own life, talking to some blacks. That's what it might be. See, when your intent messed up, when your intent ain't right, everything messed up. You can't see shit. Somebody done save hundreds of people or help save them out of that mental state, and they the enemy. They going on all the literature and overdraw Ali, but they still the enemy. It's just something about it. I just don't like his energy.
Yeah.
It can't be that. It can't. It's the energy. Even though he's saying everything factual, I know it's gonna come. Did he ever lie? No, he didn't lie. But how long he been? It's been 2 years. He ain't lied yet. But it's the energy. He can't do that. Hey, I've never seen this before. I didn't ordain this. He's trying to go over my head. He's talking about a law. Like, I'll be like wondering who these people think they is. Who granted them what they got? Because at one point in time, you was a baby. You was just somebody. So who granted these people the extra rights, the extra birthright rights? You know what I'm saying? That allow you to go on all moors. I don't understand. I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never gonna understand. The same way I was in court and the judge was like 70-year-old Caucasian, and he been one of their judges for 40 years, and I called his ass administrative clerk. The same way he wasn't scary to me, even though he was sitting up there, and I was on parole, and he was threatening me with county time and this is that and other, and these was gun charges, and I was on parole for gun charges. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't scared of him. This is why I be wondering, like, who these Moors think I am. Do they think they above the judge? They not to me. Both of y'all de facto, and he the only one who can threaten. You know what I'm saying? He the only one that can threaten me with legal. So if I don't want to deal with it, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be agents coming. That I can't that's gonna be problematic if I blow their ass down.
Right. It's gonna cause issues.
Right. Y'all, I ain't worried about
extra
y'all.
stuff to deal with.
Yeah.
That's what not issues, but extra stuff to deal with.
Yeah. They ain't mad about blowing another Moor down. You can kill Moors all day, as long as you got a good excuse. You know what I'm saying? As long as you got a good excuse, we're gonna go ahead and chalk it up and charge the trust and make sure we get that back. You know, don't kill none of these though. This is what they want. This is how the system's set up. And I'm gonna say, in the proverbial they, don't think I'm talking about a bunch of Albions. This shit about different type of energy. It's some energy working for the movement, and some energy working against the movement. And it's down here in different bodies.
Yep.
Like it is
working hard.
Yeah, working hard.
And they got a few good men trapped.
Man.
They don't know no better.
Trapped. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And you know, if they are those few good men and they trapped or whatever, and they taking whatever they taking, they should understand. All this is for what it's for. So I'm good. If that's it. If ain't nobody got no questions and you ain't got nothing left for them, I'm good on that. I think we went through all the information. We set the tone, what it's about, civics. And I'm talking about just in general. We need to start learning processes, governmental processes. That's the way to hold people accountable.
Mm-hmm.
Know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that,
Yep.
it's
Islam. That's the perfect. That's the perfect ending right there. Know how to do it.
Yeah.
That's perfect, bro.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Islam, y'all, you know, always if you need to want to get to the courses, you can text course alerts to next know we coming back or whatever you need to 773-496-4729. Peace.
Islam.